Welcome to Rewatch First Watch Side Key. I'm one of your rewatchers, Keyblade Spirit.
I'm Lumia.
And I'm
And we have a
Neverpaint.
guest.
Hello.
Yes, Neverpaint is our guest today.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
This week we watched episode 8.
Yes.
Easy.
Yes. The easy breezy show. Keep your hands off Eizouken.
This was a fun episode. Like, really, really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it was my favorite episode. That's why I asked to be on this one, because it's so energetic and it's so about. I mean, the first few episodes are about making the anime mostly, and this episode is really about the marketing and getting attention to it and getting the audience, and it goes really funny and weird ways about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does. It's just... It's about abusing the fact that one of the characters has a name, in a sense, to getting the anime attention.
Yeah,
That
one
was
of
cool.
one of the extras even mentions, oh, so she gets a free pass just because she's famous. And it's like, kinda, but
That's how it be.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that they don't shy away from that, or that it's. I mean, she is kind of. I want to be known for my anime, not for my pretty face. But in the end, she also agrees that it's just a good way to market the show and to get more eyeballs on it. And that's how it works in real life too. If you have a big name attached to a project, you better talk about it, or else.
Yeah.
A sad reality, but
Yeah.
it was nice. I mean, this show does a lot with that entire concept for a lot of aspects.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something that we're kind of struggling with at Tone Kent, just finding motivation to put our name out there.
I'm not really finding issues with motivation. I'm constantly wanting to put our name out there.
Yeah, maybe motivation is the wrong word, but like, yeah.
How about you dress up as cardboard box robots and scream the name out in the streets?
You know, I like the way you think. I'll do it next time I go outside.
Yeah.
I'll just start screaming Tonkin everywhere I go in a robot box.
Yeah, I like that
And
idea too.
Hand out pamphlets with URL.
Our URL, but
It should be a QR code, honestly.
that would be
Oh, yeah.
good. Yeah. Yeah, just like slap those on like telephone poles everywhere.
There you go.
Wait, telephone poles still exist?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you live in a good country where all the phone lines and stuff are underground.
Yeah. No, I actually like the aesthetic of telephone poles from my anime. Really.
Yeah, aesthetically they're great, but they're very troublesome in like big wind and rain and stuff.
Are they?
I
I don't know.
imagine.
I've never had an issue with them.
Yeah, maybe that's just Ohio then.
Oh. Ohio.
Yeah,
So, do we want to go through the episode like bit by bit and
Sure.
comment on?
yeah.
all
Like
questions?
we're very loose, but
Yeah.
yeah,
sure.
like whatever order. Lumia, what are your thoughts? If you have more thoughts.
I really like the little mini arc that was going on where we got this I forget the main girl's name already because I'm horrible with names. Asukasa? Or
Asakusa.
Misukasa?
Asakusa.
Thank you.
Midori.
I'm bad with names. Forgive me.
Same.
No, I love just like throughout this entire thing, we saw how she was struggling with her family supporting her because she thought they didn't want to support her.
Yeah.
And she just
no,
like,
that's not Asukasa. That's the other one.
Yeah, that's
the model girl.
That's Mizusaki.
oh, whatever. Names.
When
How
I
do they
Can't
matter?
remember her name.
I can't remember anyone's name in any show.
Except Kanamori.
It's an easy name to remember. Don't ask me why. I
Okay,
don't
go
pretend
on.
that makes sense. Okay, yeah. But I love this little mini arc with her and her family of just not supporting her art, and she's just, she pushed through, and we see in the final animation all the little bits that they've been building up to, that she was studying, like the water throwing, some of the walks. That was just really nice and cool. I love shit like that.
Yeah, so do I.
The arc with her family is really interesting because they started to build it up from episode 1. Like when the men in black are following them, and in episode 1, because they told us that her family forbids her to work on anime, and they don't seem like the typical cliche rich parents archetypes that much. They're way more chill, and apparently the mom also didn't even know about that thing, and only the dad had the idea to forbid anime. Yeah, and also when they actually see the work she put in, they recognize that it's like that she's acting through her animation instead of like the acting that they want her to do, and they accept that because they see that it's a good thing that she expresses herself, and they're not.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like a lesser show could have drawn out this conflict way more and made stupid drama, but not here.
yeah, yeah. And like in the previous episode, we saw about how, or we saw very much how Mizusaki was applying her acting lessons to animation. And then here we took the next step with her parents, actors, acknowledging that animation is acting.
Yeah. Also tiny details like I love the scene so much where model girl, whatever her name is, notices that the other two girls are holding their chopsticks differently than her, and actually in the show, in the animation, there's a scene where people are eating and they're holding the chopsticks like model girl would, and the mom notices that because she knows that only her daughter holds them like that, and
Yeah.
it's a great connection and very relatable to me because I'm the only person that holds knife and fork the wrong way around in my social circle, and but it's just how I do it. I can't do it the other way around. Every time I get to a restaurant, I have to exchange knife and fork first before I can start. Annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But the short was amazing again.
Yeah.
All of the anime we see.
No, that was really well done.
It really was. And like we saw, like when they did the first short, one of the things the student council mentioned was if they did this without a budget, what do you think they could do with a budget? And now we just saw that. So they sort of delivered on that process, on that promise that they made earlier.
I wasn't sure about the robot design. I remember in the early episodes, but now that I see it animated in this way, with the sound and everything, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a weird superhero vibe to it. It feels Ultraman-y in design to me.
It really does.
Retro and chunky.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, they put a chainsaw arm on it, so I can't hate it. I'm physically not allowed to hate it.
Yeah. 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 What we were talking about with the with you were sold on it once you saw it in motion and with sound and stuff. That was like a big point of this arc too, discussing how important sound is in selling everything.
And yeah, I mean, they showed it literally in this episode when we actually got to see it at the, you know.
Yeah, and we got to see two different versions of the animation, where the only difference was the sound being placed differently.
Yeah. It
also shows a lot of skill and confidence on the animator side of the show, because they have to make a great thing and they say, look how great this is. But yeah, they can, because they're this skilled.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how frightening that must have been to whoever had to animate it.
Oh, absolutely. And then they also had to make it like believable as something that only a few students would have made, on top of being this really amazing animated short.
That's like my main question with Eizouken sometimes, how realistic the shorts really are, because I mean I guess we have time references, but I don't pay that much attention to the time passing. But they only do that in like a few months, and
Between two animators, I don't think it's that believable, unless
no.
Yeah.
they still have school they have to study for. They still have to pass the classes.
Yeah, like it's not realistic, but it's believable in that, like, it's believable in a fictionalized sense, you know?
Yeah.
Like my friend Stefan Tantana, out of graph, formerly known as Out of Graph, he was an animation student and he worked on his graduation film for a year, and that was also only like a 5-minute film, and I don't think it's possible with two people.
The animation majors I know here that they work on theirs for I think a year straight, and I think his was like 45 seconds long. One of my teachers showed off his thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was gorgeously animated, but
also that Japanese though. And on the other hand, I also have to say that Masaki Yuasa, the director of the show, has a new show coming out in like a week.
Oh.
Already?
What's that?
Yeah, it's like it's some some apocalypse realistic movie. What's the name? Like Tokyo Sings 2020 or something like that. I may fuck up the name, but it premieres on July 9th on Netflix, as far as I know.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like another 10-episode show, only like 3 months after Eizouken concluded.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Maybe they just have a skewed perspective in that studio because they just are that effective and fast.
Maybe.
I will never understand how Japanese society runs. At least the anime industry runs.
Yeah, it's definitely not healthy.
Yeah, it's definitely... It's not a good industry, guys.
That doesn't surprise me. I know it's not healthy.
Yeah.
I know everyone's there's dying.
Yeah. Like, you've even got charities like the Animator Dormitory Project specifically there for helping animators who are just starting off get cheap housing.
It's sad that they have to do that.
Yeah.
It's so
at least they have an animation industry. We don't even have that in Germany.
That's true.
It's like nothing. I looked. It's funny. I recently looked up what there even is in like creative studio animation jobs in Germany, and there's like one really big studio that is like linked everywhere. And I looked them up, and they haven't made anything besides like an app. I mean, they made a bunch of movies like 10, 20 years ago, but the last thing they made is like an app in 2014, some kind of English learning app with some of their characters. And like nothing else happened. Then I looked up, okay, apparently their studio founder and boss died recently, or like died in 2015. And since then they just disappeared completely.
That's unfortunate.
It's all dying.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That's You need more animation in the world.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And we need more countries making animation.
Yeah, besides the US and Japan.
Yeah.
Canada makes animation.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's I know that France has like a really thriving animation industry.
Yeah, definitely. It's like stuff. Wasn't the Red Turtle from France?
I
I
Like a
think.
Ghibli
yeah,
collaboration.
yeah, like I think that was like a French studio cooperating with some former Ghibli employees.
Yeah, I mean it was a Ghibli movie officially. It was produced by them some way.
Okay.
I haven't
This-
seen that movie yet.
in-
I need to.
I ought to.
it's great.
I need to as well. Yeah.
It has like zero dialogue and it's all about sound and like the feeling of nature on this island it's stuck on. It's amazing.
Oh.
But Eizouken though.
Yeah. The one thing that I really wanted to bring up that I really loved, that one cut where Mizusaki is in the robot suit. She runs down the stairs and then she hides behind the wall and then she runs around into the corridor. That was video game animation right there. Like that. I'm pretty sure that that whole sequence with her being chased was was an homage to some video game, but that one cut in particular, that looked exactly like something that would be in like a cartoony mascot game. And I really enjoyed that.
That entire
Interesting.
sequence was
Find
hilarious.
out what-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love how I love how the Robot Club guy, in just his one big scene, went from like this nerdy guy who's cool mainly just for his passion for his main thing to this like legitimately really cool guy just for doing all of this stuff.
His face after sliding down the rope thing, his face was so like full of like fear and excitement and
Yeah. And then
really
And then he performed after all of that.
yeah, I noticed they were doing live voice acting.
They said early in the episode that they didn't have enough time to mix the audio in, so they had to do it live.
Yeah, which is just incredibly impressive, given how tired he must have been.
Yes.
also that
He-
whole
It's a legend.
the whole marketing scheme surrounding that festival was all orchestrated by Kanamori, and Babadook Girls didn't even know about it, but they just had to roll with it. And Kanamori and the robot club organized all these boxes that everyone would wear, and all these mechanics, and all the rockets that shoot stuff, and as great stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, also like my
Kanamori's
favorite
always
scene.
sketchy. Oh, sorry.
My favorite scene is the one with Kanamori and the air conditioning club. And,
yeah.
and it's like some weird mafia, and she's blackmailing them to get that room down to 16 degrees, which is pretty cold, I think. I would freeze, but
Yeah, well, 16 degrees Celsius, right?
yeah, 16
Okay.
degrees Celsius. It's like that's below room temperature. It's coolish. It's like a cool autumn day.
Yeah.
Or like, but I found it particularly funny because I'm also watching season 3 of Community right now, where the air conditioning thing is also like a secret society in that school, and it's like a weird connection that I'm not sure where it comes from. Probably because they have like tubes in the walls, and that's spooky spy stuff.
Maybe I'd be interested if like both of those are a reference to the same thing.
Maybe.
Key for context: 16 degrees is 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, that's like reasonable to me. Like especially since this is the summer festival, everybody's going from really hot, probably humid weather into 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
And they're also not staying very long. It's like just a 5-minute short, so
Yeah. So that's probably a selling point on top of everything else, just getting into a really cool room from the heat. Yeah.
my favorite girl is Shark Girl with the shark teeth and weird hair. One student council girl.
Oh yeah, her.
She's great.
She looks so evil all the time. Even when she was watching the show, she was just glancing over the short. She was just glancing over to the short and I was like, ah. She can't do any other expression.
She is good. She's very good.
When you said Shark Girl, my thought went to is Shark Girl from the Shark Girl manga in this anime?
Yeah. See, I thought you said shock girl, like electricity.
Wait. No, we don't have a shock girl, but we have a manta ray girl in this episode.
Yeah.
We did.
And I'm like, was there any reason for her to wear that outfit? I don't get the context.
I didn't understand it either.
I don't care, but I love it.
Yeah, I think like the only context was that the monster in the short was a sea monster kind of thing. And so she's a manta ray. It's not even close, but that's the closest connection I can find.
It reminds me of K-On! Where they, to promote their club, where they all wear silly animal costumes that don't have any connection to them. I don't know, I think that's an anime trope.
Yeah.
Weird fursuits. Oh.
Can we get more of it, please?
I would love that.
Maybe. I don't remember if it comes back.
Yeah.
Hope it does.
Okay. The ending of the episode is great because of the little dialogue scene between model girl and her parents. Whatever her names.
Misasaki.
Misasaki.
I think
Come on, it's always the same name as Midori. How can you?
Thanks for not making me feel bad for never knowing anyone's name in this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I only don't know Misasaki's name and Shark Girl's name.
I don't
Her name's
think
Shark Girl.
I don't think Shark Girl has a name, does she?
She probably does.
I don't remember. That's the point. Anyways, it's just this beautiful scene of model girl explaining to her parents that this is just what she does now, and she has found out that that's what she wants to do with her life, and she can't stop it now. It's out of her control. She has to create cool art, make cool animation, and hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that her parents are accepting of that and that she can become even greater. And then the scene where the mom asks her friends, oh yeah, these are your friends. No, ma'am, we are her comrades.
Yeah.
Play the USSR anthem.
Yes.
Yeah. And like for context, they said the parents said tomodachi, and I'm pretty sure the parents said tomodachi, and and then Asakusa said nakama. That's nakama is the same word that they use in One Piece when they describe each other as friends.
Ah. Okay,
so that
probably just like a different connotation of friend.
Yeah. Yeah, like
I thought that meant family.
Yeah. Well, nakama is like comrade or crew. It's like I think it's like I think the stereotype is that it's a more masculine word to use for friend. But
Nice.
yeah, like they have different connotations, but also Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's an interesting thing. So,
Also, very hashtag relatable moment for me, which always comes with Asakusa Midori, is when she says in the end, we could have done that better, and we should have put in more details into that background. We have to make that in like, yes, of course. Like I would feel the same thing about anything that I made. It's like, we can I could have put in much more work into this and that, and yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna make it better next time.
And that's also reflected in the discussion that Misaki has with her parents when she asks, "Are you ever satisfied with a performance?" and they just say no.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing, basically.
Say, I relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
And most artists do. That's why it's such a popular show, especially among artists, I guess.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Yeah.
I mean, Eizouken, definitely one of my top 10 anime by now.
Yeah.
I hope it continues.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I hope that the translation of the manga like happens at all.
Wait, is there no English? I thought
don't-
they released the manga in English.
I know the last I heard is that it got licensed for an English translation, but I haven't heard about a release yet.
Then it's gonna take 10 years to come over here.
Fan translations, maybe?
I
Yeah.
mean, most likely, especially now. I'm pretty like when a show gets a popular anime, it's gonna get a fan translation. But also, I don't know if I would even want to read this in the manga because, I mean, it's about animation. I want to see the animation happening. It's kind of a point.
Yeah.
Same with the sound design. How would you communicate that in the manga? Even the whole scene where they show the two scenes with different sound design. It's not.
Yeah.
That's from a comic book.
Yeah, I would be interested in seeing how that's handled, but definitely, like for someone who's not an artist, a lot of this stuff is much better in animation because a lot of what it does is they'll describe something about animation and they'll like demonstrate it in an educational way, and then they'll do it diegetically in the show too.
Yeah. Also, I just realized that Eizouken is like a reverse Bakuman, because Bakuman is this really great and exciting manga about making manga, and it got adapted into anime, and it was really lame and unexciting, and didn't communicate the point well because it was the wrong medium to do that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Kind of wish we got like a Tetsuro Araki Bakuman anime. I guess that never happened.
Yeah.
I still need to read. I still need to read that. It's on the list.
I wrote it in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's so greatly paced and so exciting. It does all the great shonen things, but in a manga writing story.
Yeah. Like I've heard that it's one of the shining examples of the non-battle battle anime.
Yeah.
Except not anime, obviously.
Yeah. And it's by the Death Note guys, so the art is amazing and they know how to write an intriguing plot.
I'm rewatching Death Note. I've been rewatching Death Note today while playing other games. So that would be a logical place to go to next.
Yeah.
Definitely. He also made a bunch of other manga, but yeah.
I love Death Note so much.
I've got to rewatch it someday.
So good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I watched all of it with my dad, because it's like a great anime to show to someone who hasn't seen a lot of anime, because it just works like a TV show, like an American TV show, but better. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. I think that's all the discussion that we've been able to pull out of this.
Yeah. Summary: Death Note's great.
Yeah.
And Bakuman.
And Bakuman.
Yeah. What was this? What was this show about again?
And Easy Breezy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, by the way, have you seen the music video of Easy Breezy?
No.
I think I saw it
Watch
once.
Watch it. It's amazing. It's like a very weird experimental animation / live action video of the two singers like singing and dancing in an apartment, but it's like all a weird 3D model that keeps changing textures, and they keep shrinking and transforming, and it's cool. It's like it's better than the Eizouken opening actually.
Oh.
I wish it was the Eizouken opening. But, yeah.
Oh, I found it. I will put that on later today.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Neverpaint, do you have anything to plug?
Oh, yeah, sure. I do art sometimes. Not that many arts right now, but I do a bunch of illustrations. I like my detailed backgrounds, like Asakusa. And you can find me at twitter.com/neverpaint or instagram.com/neverpaintarts. And oh yeah, the Sketchy People YouTube channel. We used to doing a podcast. Now we're doing different stuff. We have a Sketch with Us show coming out every 2 weeks where we do like a live drawing challenge. Last time we made drawing Pokemon designs from memory, and that was weird. I had to draw like a weird blue Pikachu and look very scary. Yeah, so go check out that. It was very funny.
Yeah.
Put a link in the description.
We will.
Go check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. It was
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Thank you. I think thanks that you let me come on. I would like to do it again at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. You're probably going to be better for us than we are for you. But this was fun.
Oh no, I really enjoy just discussing anime that I like in more depth, because it helps me to engage with the shows better, or like in a more meaningful way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been good for us too, doing the series. What's your favorite piece of Neverpaint content? Tell us in the comments below.
Bye.
Bye. Like this video and subscribe to our channel. Bye.